We're at Chris Lipscomb's house. Chris has quite a collection of cars and bikes and that sort of stuff. Chris is coming on to where the point in life where he's decided you might want to sell some of this stuff.
Yeah.
He might want, or he's going to sell some of this stuff, and we're just going to take a walk around it.
Sure.
Listen to what Chris has got to say, and then you can listen, watch, follow. If you like what you're hearing, we'll put a number at the end, and you can contact the man for anything that you feel like you desire, I guess.
Sure.
And Chris will give you an answer, yes or no, or whatever.
Kim is handling the sales.
Okay. Kim is his wife.
And she'll be out longer in a minute. She's putting the stuff on the thumb drive. You didn't see the Vincents when you were here, did you?
No.
Yeah,
I seen the Vincents lined up here one time. But you're selling those also?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're all going.
Wow. Shouldn't you be... What I'm going to say is that Chris has got quite a collection of Vincent motorcycles. If anybody has heard tell of Vincent motorcycles, you probably should know that they're quite a valuable and rare item, are they not?
Yeah, they're pretty rare.
And they're supposed to be, the fastest motorcycle in the world at the time?
At the time.
At the time.
At the time.
How did you get all these motorcycles that you have, Vincent's? How many do you have? Can you name them?
Yes, 10. I can name them. I can show them to you.
Oh, all right, cool.
I mean, they're I'll build a building for them. Things have changed considerably over the years, but I bought the first one in about 60 or 61.
Okay.
And it's over there. I mean, we raced, both my wife and I raced sidecars and solo Vincents.
Right.
And when we lived in the States, we raced all over the place.
Did you know the man that made Vincent motorcycles or something?
Yeah.
Is that how you... Okay.
No, I came upon one at a time. I'm a member of the Vincent Owners Club, which is pretty well known amongst the...
Well, anybody that wants to know what a Vincent motorcycle is going to be on there to look at it, I would say.
The Vincent Owners Club has a pure axle. They send out a monthly, thing, and they have advertisements in it. And I bought the one you'll see later out of that magazine in about it might have been 1958 or 9, I can't remember, but I've been fooling with them ever since.
Before I was born.
The bikes that are over there are a representation of every model they made.
Even Jolene said, wow.
A, B, C, and D. They were...
I always got D's in school, so...
Well, yeah, I know about that. Series A was the first one made in the 30s.
Okay.
Just before the World War II. Then the Bs were made after the war for a few years, and they upgraded them to the Model C, which was, they constantly upgraded them. C, and then the D was the last of their models they made.
All right.
And when we go over to the building, I'll explain anything you want to know about them. I mean, I've been fooling with them for so long that it's hard for me to tell what you want and what you don't want. There's so much blather involved around those things that it's a pain in the neck because people think they know They think they know all about them when in fact
Most people have.
most people haven't got a clue. But they were my first effort. And when you were here before,
Yeah.
and they were here, I had a lot of parts. All the parts are gone that went to Vancouver.
Okay.
Well, I had enough parts to build a couple, but I had.
Little hummingbird in here.
Oh yeah, I'll have to shut the lights off. They're attracted to the lights.
So, this is a 1951.
51 Mercury, and it's called a touring sports sedan.
It looks like it's got no rust on it. Like right at the present moment, it has no rust on whatsoever. I would say that by the looks of the stains, I'm just going to go over and look at it. I would say the stainless on it's probably.
What's that?
The stainless, I'm saying, like a stain. I'm just going to explain the car as we're looking at it.
Oh, sure.
I would say the stainless is probably an 8 to a 10. It doesn't look any of the stainless has been up on it. The chrome on the back of the bumper looks really good, and the taillights look really good. They probably have been.
I've got new door handle, not new. I've got re-chromed door handles for it. It has suicide doors, which is sort of unusual for me.
I seen this car online way back, and I really enjoyed it.
The handles are all redone.
What have you got inside? It's got a standard shift. Can I open the door?
Of course you can.
Well,
you can drive it if you want.
I thought I better ask first.
Take it down the road.
No, that's fine.
Only thing I ask is that you come back.
Yeah. So it's a floor shift with 3-speed?
Yeah. Standard transmission.
Standard transmission, 3-speed?
Yeah, with overdrive.
Is it got a flathead in it?
Yeah, it's all original. You want to see the flathead, we can pull the hood on it.
That's cool. I like that. I don't know if I want to tell everybody about this one because I like it.
I liked it. I always wanted one of this model. I like the 51.
Yeah.
And the 50s.
Got the longer.
I had a friend that had a coupe.
Okay.
And it was done up like the car in Rebel Without a Cause.
Okay.
That's this era.
You have radial whites on this? Are they radial tires?
I don't know what they are.
I think it's a radial white wall on it.
They were on it when I got it.
So it would run down the road fairly nice with the radial on it instead of the bi-sply. The bi-sply
Get in and go.
Nope, that's not the way I work. Something happens and I have to. Nope.
Something happens.
So
something's always going to happen.
We were going to town this morning in the 38, and that thing shut right off in the middle of the road driving up. I had to put on. I have a little switch there. It has electric fuel pump on it. I think maybe the fuel pump could on me. I just turned that on, got the fuel back up in it, and away we went. But anyways, do you have any idea what you... Can I see the mileage on this?
Sure.
Do you know?
Sure. It's 70. I just changed the oil in it. 76, I think. Open the door and look at it. It's 76,000, I think.
Yeah, it's cool. We're at...
You want a flashlight?
75,000. 75. Looks to me like original headliner. Probably, I'm not sure the door skins have been redone or not, but looks pretty original to me. Everything's good. It's got a gray inside. I like the, I don't know what you call that.
I put a new...
A soft green, would you not? Is that a soft green?
That was a factory color.
Is it a green though, is it?
I'm colorblind.
Oh. Well, would you say what is joined?
Pretty hopeless.
Like a soft green?
Yeah, like a cream with a green.
Yeah. But there's no visible rust on it. You drive it because Chris was at the house?
I drive it. I'm going to drive it in a parade here. I'm going to take it in town after you leave. Take it in town, put some fuel in it. I got a few things to do to it. The sending units in these era cars are not the best.
Okay.
For the amount of fuel in the tank, I had to change the one in the Ford Coupe, and I'm gonna change this one. It's in the mail.
Do you have a price on this, or do you want to leave the price out of it and let them contact you? Maybe
You tell me. I've never been in this.
Okay, well,
business
we'll just
before.
go around and take a look at them. And if you think, and the people that are watching, if you think you're at least a bit interested, you should contact the man.
If she thinks.
No, if anybody's watching, or the video, if they're interested,
If any one of the 300,000.
yeah, is interested, yeah, can call you and ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah.
And then you can deal with
I'll
it.
let Kim handle it.
Yeah, and that's his wife again.
I'm not very good. I'm not bad at finding this stuff, and I'm working on it, fixing it up. As long as I can't go where you go, but I mean,
And basically, you're getting rid of them for health because of health issues. Like, if not, you probably keep them. No doubt in my mind. Like,
well, you're absolutely right. I mean, I've only sold two Vincents in my life, and I've had probably, well, that would make about 15.
well, there you go.
And I've been all over Europe with mine. I flew it over, and
He told me he would get on the airplane, get with a motorcycle, and fly to UK and do bartending, and fly back after the weekend.
no, not the weekend. I'd stay over there. I had a little.
Can you imagine him bartending you? Huh?
I had a little business in the States, which ran full tilt until the end of May. And from the end of May until the 1st of September, I shut her down because of the business. What it did was dependent on large power companies
Okay.
and keeping emergency equipment going. So I'd get it all up to snuff, and then I would get on either Freddie Laker or somebody like that and go to Heathrow. Well, a friend of mine had a pub in England, and he was also in the Vincent Owners Club, and I was fortunate enough to be able to stay with him and did odd jobs and bartending and
All right, cool.
cutting grass and whatever. But I traveled with the Vincent Club all over Germany and France and Italy and all over the place, because almost every weekend there would be a rally in one of the countries, Holland or whatever.
He's well seasoned.
And I put 11,000 miles on my B Rapide in 3 months.
Wow.
That's rolling.
That's riding.
And
That's riding.
it was a little more than 3 months,
Yes.
but at any rate, I really did enjoy being over there with those people. They knew what they were talking about. They knew what they were doing, and boy, we saw some really fantastic places. Like I went to the Schlumpf Museum,
I'll bet you.
where the Bugattis are
I want to go now.
now.
Oh yeah. Well, Jolene should take me.
In 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to go in? I know that. I just by knowing the little I know of you, you wound up. You'd go in a minute if you could.
I would. So he has a 51 Merc there. It's a beautiful car. It's a 4-door. It's a flathead. It's a standard. Get in it and drive anywhere.
You want me to open the hood or not?
We can. Yeah, why
It's
not?
up to you.
Yeah.
You know what you want.
Yeah, we'll open the hood just so everybody else can see. And I'm sure they know what a flathead looks like. And the car's like an original car. It's not something that's been modified. It has never been in my shop. It has never been there. Yes, he's driven it there. Oh, he's getting.
Here's this. That's what I got to go on it.
Okay, so what we have here is
It's four of those.
we have some you know, I generally don't try not to talk about bad stuff on cars, but he's got 4 new handles to go on it, and
I haven't
that will
just
take
put
care
them
of that.
on yet.
And he's looking after it.
Apparently it's
Already open.
stripped. Hood on this thing weighs as much as a Model A.
You want me to lift it up?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get your finger poked in there.
Yeah, I can get that thing. Oh, okay. That's all original.
Nice. Clean. I like that.
So,
I'm glad you opened the hood. Nothing to be ashamed of there. You know, open the hood up nice and clean like that. Looks good.
I think the radiator's new. It was new before I bought it.
It's got a new cap on it, that's for sure.
No, I think when you look at the radiator, it wouldn't look like that if it was 75 years old.
Probably not. You're right. Is this 6 volt?
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. I'm just going to take a walk over here in the corner. I'm going to show you what he has for sale. I want this. I want that. But I can't, you know, it is what it is. Where else in Nova Scotia would you find something like that? You wouldn't.
You'd be damn lucky to find one at all. Now,
There you go. He just set me straight. You'd be damn lucky.
nowadays, they are making new heads. Repro Arden heads.
So this is a flathead engine with an Arden head on it.
Arden head on it. And that is the engine, the cylinder head copy design that Chrysler used for their Hemi.
Okay.
And
Makes sense.
I'm not sure. We'll go in, I'll show you all, or did I already show you all the pictures of it? I've got a whole history of the damn thing.
That's a good thing to have.
Drivers.
So if you're like, to be honest with you, like something like this, I really feel like it belongs in a really, I don't know, awesome collection or a museum or something like that. You know,
Well, I was
steel
thinking
wheels
about
would-
trying to put
like,
it in a
to me,
museum
like- So it's got
Halifax. That's just 2 carburetors.
it's got dual carbs on it with a flathead with Arden heads on it. It's a race car. He has the history on it. I don't know what it's worth, but I'm guessing a fair bit for the history and the nostalgic of this car. You know, you could be the only person on the block with something like that if you desire.
Well, I've set it up so you can drive it on the street. Mm-hmm. When I got it, you had to push it to start it. It was magneto ignition, and it was ready for the track. It ran methanol with 4 Strombergs at one point. Mm-hmm. Then they had Hilbert fuel injection at another point. What I've done with it is put an alternator on it. The alternator's up there.
Yep.
I put an alternator on it and a 12-volt system.
What would that be off of? Like a...
That's off a tractor.
Okay. I was going to say small.
Yeah, it's off a...
I never thought of a tractor alternator before. It's nice and small, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking that.
The engine is set up as a race engine. You can drive it on the street. We did drive it around at the Wings and Wheels show over in Greenwood. Mm-hmm. My friend Donnie drove it around some. It's got a Ford transmission. It's all Ford mostly. It was built in the 30s. I've got the
Built in the 30s. Come look at the shifter. It's almost like what we built in our race car for you that time for T-Blues. Huh? A little shifter for you, baby. Huh?
I built a rack up underneath the cowl there for a battery, and the battery's in it. Of course, in order to get in it, you want to take a picture of you in it? We can pull the wheel off. It doesn't matter to me.
I think we just leave it like this. We're looking at it. People are looking at it. They don't want me. Well, maybe they do want me sitting in it. I don't know.
It's up to you.
No, I'm fine.
You can do whatever you want.
I like just looking at it, to be honest with you.
It makes a hell of a noise.
That's nice.
Oh, man, it's something that makes a real racket. But the old girl, well, you can see we've had her running.
She's blue.
The old girl had quite a race history, obviously. Hi, Susan.
Just a house guest. I hadn't seen this one yet.
Oh.
She's a beauty.
She sure is.
Got some nice Packard hubcaps up there. Now, if you're thinking about selling this, is this going with it?
Oh yeah, of course.
So
everything that I have for it, like I've got a Mechanics Illustrated that has the car, and it has a blow up of how they built them, without the body on, with the body on, where the tank is, how it's all set up. That everything I have goes with it, but I believe it's in the house. Let me look right down here.
That's fine. I just like the bracketry they built on it. You take a look at all the stuff that they built and how they did it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's in the house. Cool. I have.
That's the motor that was in it.
Yeah, right. See, this comes off in order to get in it.
Yeah.
It just.
So, if you want a chance to buy what year would you say this exactly is? What year would they?
Probably, I would say late 30s. 30.
A late 30s race car with factory history, and
the Arden engine was put in it in the 40s.
I'm going to go.
Arden designed these engines during the World War II. Arthur Stuntoff and his brother, and it's got electric fuel pump now.
This was
that was the fuel pump.
That put the pressure
on the tank.
Okay.
And
it'd be just like doing a video game for the first time.
I put the
wondering what to do.
Dashboard in, and all of this stuff I put in simply because if you're going to drive it, if you want to play with it,
you want to know what's going on.
It'll show you what the oil pressure. The oil pressure is really good. I had it over at Alan Armstrong's for about a year, and he let me work in his shop with him on it, and I've got a enlarged fuel tank in it. See, it was just set up for racing, and they knew how much fuel they were going to use on a certain track, so that's what they put in it.
Makes sense.
They didn't want to haul anything; they didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So at any rate,
if you're really serious,
you can see those buttons in the rocker covers.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. Okay. Those buttons are there to relieve the rocker. When the rocker comes up, the adjuster on the rocker hit that part of the casting.
Okay.
So because it's a high lift cam, they had to
Cut that?
had to make room for the
Wow.
for the rocker to come up, for the adjuster to come up.
Yep. I can see like it's in line, right?
Yeah.
And then you got a spot going on there.
Anyway, it was made as a race engine. It wasn't. It was never in a car or truck or anything. Now, originally, when they designed these engines, they designed them to go in Ford trucks in England. But the whiskey runners down in the South got hold of them, and they dropped this thing in a shoebox Ford. And we're in a 6-cylinder Chevy going to do anything with it.
6-cylinder Chevy couldn't do anything with the V8 flathead. Like,
No, that's true. But I mean, it's
How long have you owned this?
about 20 years.
So it's not something that's been flip-flopping hands.
No.
Chris has owned it, looked after it,
Well, it's got hydraulic brakes.
played
which
with it.
It used to have mechanical.
This is your brake?
That's your brake. This is when you're
That's what I said, like a
cornering.
video game. Like
This is when you're cornering.
Huh?
When they go into a corner flat out,
Yeah.
you press down on that button, it kills the magneto. That gives you braking from the engine as well as braking from
That makes
the
sense.
drums.
Yeah, because yeah.
And these are the first
So
hydraulic.
that has a switch in there that'll kill the engine?
It's just a start button. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see it.
Okay.
You can see right here, it says
Yeah.
start on it. It's a start button out of a Ford. This is all
So
Ford.
there's a wire running down through there, obviously. Yeah, okay. There's-
Well, there was. There isn't now,
Okay.
but there was. I redid the brakes and put all new lines on it. See, we were going to take it down to New Jersey and run it in
36 Ford front end, probably.
yeah.
With that hubcap and that wheel.
Yeah. I'm not sure what year it would be. Arthur was here. He'd know. He knows this stuff inside
Let's come
out.
around this way, sweetheart, for a second.
Inside out.
They make fun of me and making rims. Let's take a look at this rim. They put their own center in, didn't they? They put their own center in.
That's a quick change rear.
So, oh yeah, there's
It's a
more.
Ford rear upside down made into a quick change.
Look at that now, would you? I didn't even notice that. Got a quick change. So it's, oh, right, cool.
That company's still in business, but they wouldn't talk to me.
Why, did you piss them off?
No, they just said we don't service that old stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to ask some questions about
Right.
it. I wanted to maybe get some different gears for it. See, you can change the rear in that thing.
Yeah.
It's quick change. It's got a
You can just shove other gears
trap
in.
door on the back
Yeah.
of the rear. Well, the rear's upside down from a car. Mm-hmm. And in the days when this thing was being campaigned, they did all sorts of things with whatever they could get.
I know all about that.
I bet you do.
Wherever you can get.
I bet you do. It's whatever you can find, and
Make it work.
the shock absorbers are
They're factory Ford.
factory.
Shock,
Yeah, they're hydraulic, and all that stuff works. I was going to take it to New Jersey, but they wouldn't let me run because they didn't. They wouldn't sanction the tires that were on it. And I was damned if I was going to spend $2,000 to put tires on it just to go from here to New Jersey and run it once or twice and come back. I mean, the hell with that.
I understand.
And there's another group up here in Canada, runs at Mosport, I think. Anyway, they won't let me run it with these tires on it. So these tires were what came on it when I bought it.
Well, I'm going to take a look at the tires for a second. They don't look weather cracked.
No, they're usable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what
If you
what
wanted
would
to
be the
drive it
deal.
around, you could do that.
980/16. Alrighty, so we have a factory 30s race car with Arden heads on it, quick change rear end, has all the information, all the history about it, owned it for 20 years. If somebody wanted something like that, I
Oh,
would
for
say,
longer than that.
you've owned it longer than that?
No, I say for 20 years. The information I got goes back to the pretty nearly.
Yeah,
the
I'm just saying
beginning.
you owned it for 20
Oh
years.
yeah, I've owned it 20 years.
It's not been hand through hand and all things are missing and that. And I think Chris has probably tried to make it most friendly as possible
Well,
to anybody.
I was over at Alan Armstrong's, and you can see there's new fuel lines on it that are the modern
Yes, yeah, I do.
Air-equipped stuff. I used the best stuff that he had, and I mean he's been racing, all his life, and you know him, don't you?
Alan Armstrong is he's famous around here for his race car and his race car abilities and what he's been able to do with his brother John, I think it is.
That's right.
And they're both, looked upon as.
They built the engine in the Coupe,
Yep. Okay.
in a Ford Coupe.
Right. So we got a 51 for sale, and we have a factory race car for sale, and you also have a 1948. What's your coupe? What year's your coupe? 48.
47.
He has a 47 Ford Coupe.
I think I've been to your place, ain't it?
Yes, it's not the businessman. It's the
No, it's a standard 5-passenger coupe.
standard 5-passenger coupe. So it's got a little bit longer roof on it, and the car's basically the same condition this, or a little better.
I'd say it's the same condition or better. The engine and all the mechanics have been gone through from end to end. And it's a daily driver.
Yes, and this car is, what color is that? Beige?
No, it's Ford gray, factory Ford gray.
Factory Ford gray. So he didn't mess around a whole bunch. He kind of kept it the way it was supposed to be.
Well, that's how I got it. And when I got it Ford gray like that, you look inside the door jambs and so forth, and you see what it was.
Yeah.
And I saw, and I know that Ford gray was popular. I mean, it was a well used
Color back
back in that time, and I can't think right off. I've got a file on it, and I'd have to go into the file to see all the odds and ends that were done. It's got
a new engine in it.
Well, it's the original engine, but it's been redone by Alan Armstrong and Company, and
That's not a cheap matter.
about 4,500.
That's decent. I thought it would be more than that.
No, that's what he charged me. I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the invoices.
We haven't got. It's not, the coupe's not right here at the present moment, but he's going to give us some pictures of it. His wife's going to give us some pictures of it.
Yeah, she's got the thumb
So
drive.
we can show you that. Did you want to go look at the Vincents?
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
do it. What's that? Yeah. Also, you have a Packard for sale. Do you not?
Yeah,
What year's that one?
48.
48. Is that a 4-door or 2-door?
4-door. I think they called it a Clipper.
Now,
It's a big straight 8.
had them hubcaps on, did it not? Something like that?
That's hubcaps for it.
So it's probably as big as this car here. It's a bigger car. Like it's this size.
It's big as a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Of that era.
So is that
Cadillac.
car in good a shape as this one, or?
It's only had one owner other than me.
You're a second owner.
I'm second owner, and I got it out of New Brunswick. Ontario. I got it out of, and it. There's a man named Keith Morris who is a Packard guru in this area, and we have done some things to it, like put a an auxiliary fuel pump on it because it sits around. There's a button underneath the dash. You push that button, an electric fuel pump fills the
Gotcha.
fuel carburetor, so it's not working on its vacuum setup. So you don't turn until it goes. It goes almost immediately.
That Packard's as good shape as this, is it not?
I would say. What's his name there in Waterville? Paint, the guy, body shop there in Waterville. Rick.
Yeah.
Salzman painted the top. Kim wanted to make it two-tone. So I said, well, that's fine. What color do you want? And she thought about it, and then she went and got a Hershey bar and handed him the Hershey bar and said, make it this color on top. So
Sounds like Jolene.
it's two-tone on top. Is dark. The bottom is gray like the Ford.
Yeah.
The same. And I mean, I can take and show it to you. Do you know? You probably don't know. What's his name? Dave Saunier.
Heard tell of it.
He's something else. You ought to see the cars he's built. I mean, from scratch, frame and all.
Oh, wow.
It's really something. He's built two of them, yeah, and one of them is in the works now. The other one is finished. One of them's a Ferrari, and the other one is a Mercedes.
Okay.
And they're Grand Prix race cars. But boy,
You did some job on them, eh?
I wouldn't believe what he has done with it. It's sort of like what you do with something that somebody wouldn't take home. You know.
61. Just looking at your Vincent Owners HRD.
Well, that's what we had when we were racing. People would come around the pits, and we just had that in the pits, so answer a lot of questions. This is what it was. And I still got the Rudge, but I sold the Norton, and the 48 500 is being raced now in Florida. It's still mine, but I've got a 500 over there, so you'll be able to see what that is. That's just half of a 1,000cc twin. I can't think of anything we can go in.
Are you selling this little thing?
No, I'm not going to sell him. That belonged to the production manager of Vincent's, and they imported them.
That belonged to the production manager at Vincent?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I used to stay with him some in England, in Stevenage, which is where the factory was. They were all built by hand. But that little thing, when there was a gas crunch in, when there was a gas crunch in England, they imported a bunch of mopeds, and that was one of them. That one is 2-speed, it has a gearbox.
It's cute.
And NSU, you don't need a license. They're threatening to take my license, and if they do, I guess I'll be on that. But I drive anyway.
Make sure you invite us back up. We want to video it.
Huh?
We want to video you driving around on that.
I drove that damn thing from Stevenage, which is well outside London, to Heathrow with a duffel bag on the back. I still got it. It's about that long and about that big around. And I drove it over there in the morning. We put it in a bicycle crate and put it on the airplane and sent it home. And I drove that thing from Dulles Airport.
Dallas Airport?
Dulles.
Dallas.
It's outside Washington, D.C. about 150 miles to where I lived, my home place.
That's quite a drive, 150
Did it
miles
just
on that.
did it just fine. Goes along about 35, 40 miles an hour, and it does just fine.
You could have kept up to us this morning in the old 38 Ford. You're right behind us.
Anyway, it's just an unusual thing, and I kind of cleaned it up some and coated the tank. And most of these cars, I've coated the tanks with POR tank coating,
Okay.
just because I don't want them
Leak.
to rust, and that's the main reason.
Okay.
And of course,
I had a man that was interested in your Arden. I don't know if he ever got a hold of you, but I did
what's
have
his
someone.
name?
Ron.
Local?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how far. Yeah, something like that. Shearwater?
Huh?
Shearwater? I don't know if he ever got a hold of you or not.
No, apparently not.
Okay. Well, he was in, like, he obviously knows.
There's another guy that buys and sells. He sold the last one I know of that he sold was a 40 Ford convertible that had been redone. I don't want to say anything about the guy. I don't think he understands all he knows. Let's put it that way.
That's the best thing you ever could have said. He doesn't understand. Like they say, you think he's all that, but he's not even all there.
No, I like that one too. That's a good one. Well, he thinks that that's his business.
Okay.
You know,
He wants it to be his business.
Yeah, it's like me wanting to be in your business. Shit, I can light a torch and I can weld, but that's that. I can weld.
Yeah.
You know, that's just bullshit.
Let's go over and check out your motorcycle.
Yep. Oh, I'll put this hood down.
I'll put it down for you. You want it down
Yeah,
there?
go ahead. It's heavy as a just drop her.
It's not slam shut, so not sure. Should I have slammed it?
Watch your hands.
I didn't want to do that. If it was mine, I would, but
Yeah, I got rid of an awful lot of stuff.
yeah. It's a beautiful country up here, though. You got
There were 4 apple bins full of parts.
what are these?
Oil jugs from the 20s.
Oh wow, cool.
That's where I put my drain oil.
What is this? What's it called?
It was the name of the oil company.
Okay. Never seen them before. This one is a garbage can.
That's just a.
Garbage can.
That's just to keep feed in. I keep kitty litter in it for the.
Piston for a Vincent.
No, that's a piston for a Hall Scott
A Hall Scott. Is that a
aircraft engine.
okay? I don't know.
I had several of them,
Okay.
and this
You're into everything then.
is a Mercury front drum. Actually, what it is a it's a drum from a 52 or 53 or 51 or 50 up to 53 maybe pickup, 3/4 ton pickup. Yeah, well, that is dangerous. When we get to thinking, it's not a place to be.
All right, let's show me some bikes. Let's do some bikes. And you're going to sell all these motorcycles you're showing us?
Yep.
Oh wow. Did
Well, I won't be riding them anymore, and this cancer thing is no joke.
you? Well,
So there's no point in my keeping them, and nobody in my family wants them.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody out there that wants them. Whether they're going to pay for
Oh,
them or
we've
not
had
is another
people.
thing.
We've had people here from Japan.
What, looking at the bikes?
Mm.
And they didn't come across, or what? Or you just wasn't ready?
I don't know. Kim handles that, and I don't know.
So if you're watching this video, this is quite something else to be able to see these motorcycles and the race car. Just something else, you know what I mean?
Well, they're different.
They are. Like, where else do you get to see them, Chris? I've only got one place, and that's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you
Well,
lived
it's like
here?
your place.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna see what you got either. 25 years.
Who mows the grass?
I used to. Now, Kim.
Beautiful.
Well, we don't need to open both of them.
Wow.